All right, all right. How's everybody doing? I'm just excited to be on here to share because I know how crazy this group is. She always tells me how excited you guys are, how pumped you are. And so today, what I want to do is show you this thing called the visibility loop. When I very first started in online business a long time ago, like in 2007, I didn't have money. So I couldn't run ads. I didn't really know what to do. I just knew there were people out there on the internet doing stuff. And I knew that if I could, create something, I didn't know at the time what that was, but if I could create some sort of thing to sell, then there would be all these people out there, and then I would just have to get that message in front of them. And so if you're thinking about building, a school community, very good idea, creating some sort of product or selling, like a master resale right product, or you're trying to just get involved in entrepreneurship online, this visibility loop is going to be humongous simply because it's going to show you a way to get in front of authentic, real, engaged customers, and it's going to compound and grow over time. And the crazy thing is I share this with a lot of people, and some people will do it, some people don't, but the people that have done it and that get addicted to doing it and they continue doing it, they have nothing but great things to say. And I've got some real numbers and some real stuff to show you. So buckle in. Everything that I'm going to be showing you, you'll be getting links to it. I'm going to give you this whole entire presentation. So what I want you to do is I want you to lock in, and I want you to just pay attention. And then at the end, we're going to ask questions and we're going to go back and forth and stuff like that. Okay. Or whatever Michelle has planned for us. So I'm going to just move through this, and then at the end, we can ask questions. If you have a question, just write it down or something so that we can go over it later. And then obviously in the VIP, we're gonna get crazy with it as well. This visibility loop is basically how you're gonna be able to get seen every single day. And I find it to work the best on YouTube just because of the way you can actually go do what we're about to do. But you can do this on any social platform. So don't think it's just for YouTube. This will work across any type of platform. Okay. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So this is how to get seen without posting more videos. So you could just have a YouTube channel set up, and you don't even necessarily have to have a channel per se, but it's what we want to have. You don't have to post any videos on it though. That's what's wild. And you don't have to be a YouTuber, and you don't have to post a bunch of YouTube videos or anything. This will just work as a technique or a strategy to get in front of people and stay in front of people that are already looking at the things that are going to be the same sort of people that would come buy from you. You think a lot of times that you got to upload a bunch of videos, you got to do a bunch of things like this to get seen in all these different places, but it's more about placement than it is volume in what we're going to talk about here. I'm just going to show you this simple loop that if you just get into a habit of doing this on a daily basis, 15 to 30 minutes a day, and you will be unbelievably shocked how well this can actually work for you, okay? So the old way is kind of broken, right? People just think that you get on this hamster wheel, just post and post and post and post and post and post and post. With this process, you still have to post. Like, content is part of our world. If we're online, if we're going to grow a business, we got to get seen by people. We've got to get ourselves out there. So content is absolutely a must. It's practically all you'll be doing in the world of online business is creating content. But once you've created your content for the day, maybe you're posting a couple, 2-3 videos, short videos, maybe a long video or something like that. What else can you do to maximize the traffic coming over to your offers? What can you do to get more people that are real people that want to come and buy your stuff? How do we do that? Because a lot of times, inside of my community, they say, well, I did my post for the day, but I feel like I could just do more. And I don't know, do I just create more content or what do I do? This is what I advise them to do, okay? And this is very powerful. So this will reduce the burnout. It will teach you how to really, truly understand your message and your market. A lot of people, when they get online, it's true, right? They just go, I don't know what my message, I'm not quite sure what to say. And so I know Michelle is absolutely incredible at helping you find your message. She's one of the best I've ever heard in the last 15 plus years that I've been doing this stuff. But she, also has me sharing this with you because this is going to help you really find your message in the most authentic way possible, which is just straight from the horse's mouth, straight from your ideal customers. This is not expensive. It just requires your time. And it's just not about being all loud and rambunctious. It's about actually being helpful, because that's how we make money online. When we help people solve their problems. And so that's what makes this work so well. So what this visibility loop is it gives you leverage. It can get you free traffic every single day. Okay. I've validated and proved this out myself many, many times. And I have many of my members that do this as well. You don't have to do any ad spend. You don't have to worry about any algorithms. You just need to be consistent, which you'll find in business is the most powerful word that you can learn and take action with, okay? And it's a relationship first type of growth. And that's what I love about this. You're not spamming people. You're showing up where your audience is already hanging out and leaving value. One thing that I learned when I first got into online business, it was all about, running ads. It was like, if you grew up like when I did in business, it was like you got to advertise, on the radio or hand out flyers, or you had to do something. So it was always like, how do I find out where my perfect customers are so that I can just go put my flyer up right where they're at, right? It's like, where's the busiest corner in town I can hang up the garage sale sign, right? You can go to YouTube, and with the tools we have today, like ChatGPT with, vidIQ and some of these tools that I'm going to share with you, we can identify exactly where our perfect customer is hanging out, and then we can go be helpful there, and they will come back and they will come check us out. And this really, truly does work. It's really amazing. Here's what's neat. YouTube, this is why I like YouTube a lot. And I know some of the other platforms may or may not do this. I just really extensively go into YouTube. But YouTube rewards activity in a really neat way. So when you comment on posts and when you put some valuable information down there, a lot of times creators, the big creators themselves, they'll pin one of those comments, or if you get enough activity on a comment, you'll just stay at the top. So I want you to imagine for a moment, let's say that there's a video out there, and the example that I'm going to be using throughout this little presentation here is house plants. Okay. I didn't want to do anything in the make money. I didn't want to do anything I wanted to go completely off the norm. And I just wanted to go into house plants. I actually found a community on School that has thousands and thousands of members in it. And all they talk about is different kinds of house plants and how to grow things. And it's pretty cool, right? So I went into house plants, and that's the example that we're going to be using today. But there are videos getting millions of views and that have been out there for years. And if you go look at the top comment on those videos, they're like yesterday, a few hours ago. So that's what's wild. These videos are out there and they're still working and they're pulling your perfect customers. And so let's imagine that for today, you have a community about how to grow house plants, or you have a community that's about balcony gardening or something like that, right? Where you're teaching people how to grow, herbs and house plants and flowers and gardens, okay, stuff like that. So you could go out to these videos that are already getting a ton of value, and they're the right customers, because I don't know. I don't think I've never woke up and just been like, you know what? I think I just want to go look at some house plant videos. No, you would only go look at those videos if you actually were into houseplants, right? It's like, so we can almost guarantee that the people watching those videos would be your ideal client or ideal member for your school if you had a houseplant school or community, right? What happens when you do this? Okay, so if this compounded over time, let's just say you did 10 comments the way you're going to learn how to do it today. It's a very powerful thing, and you might think you know what I'm going to talk about, but every time I go to talk about this, I'm like, oh yeah, comments, and I'm like, no. Let me show you how this actually works, okay? But if you were to leave 10 comments a day for one whole year, okay, so you dedicated to do this for one whole year, 15 to 30 minutes a day, and you could do it. You don't have to do it all at once. It could be just in different, spots or whatever. That would be 3,650 mini touch points inside of your niche, where you're showing up where your ideal customer is. And here's what's crazy. If you go and do the math, and I'll show you a screenshot here in just a bit, but if you go and do the math, I averaged, if you just had a $500 a year off of a customer, either you sold something for $500 or maybe your community over 1 year made $500. But based off the actual numbers that Sam Ovens, who owns the School community platform, the numbers that they have given on the conversion rates from a free to a paid community, and the actual stats of how many people click on comments that are above the fold or that get high action, Selling a $500 thing, this can add anywhere from $18,000 to $25,000 a year in income the first year. But those comments and the things that I'm going to show you how to do, they stay out there working and they compound over time. So as you grow, it all grows, because here's what YouTube does. As your authority builds and as you start to get more recognition in how you comment, every time somebody engages with your comment, in the background on YouTube, I'm not sure if you know this, but you build up your own personal authority score as a viewer. And as your authority score gets higher, your comments mean more. And when they mean more, you show up higher. And everybody that goes and gets involved in something serious, they want to know everything about it. And so your comment will start to mean more than just the average comment. And so when you stay up at the top like this, every comment ends up being this little salesperson that lives out there and stays out there on the internet. You do it one time and it keeps perpetuating and pushing traffic back to you on and on and on. So that's what we're going to talk about today. You're going to use placement and you're going to use these little loops. And with the tools we have, it doesn't matter if you're a good commenter or not, because we have tools that's going to make us really good at that. So let's look at this formula here. We find something here that gets attention. We go and we put a purposeful, valuable, not spammy, not salesy, not linking, not self-serving, but actually powerful comment. And when I show you how to do this, you're going to flip. I've got a tool that we use a couple tools together. They're very quick. And oh my goodness, you will be the most valuable commenter on the internet, and you will really help people for real. We find something that's getting attention by the people we want to get attention from. Then we go comment and we build curiosity into the comment. I'll show you how to do this properly. And then when they click and go to either your profile or they find you in other ways, because a lot of times I've had my own members, they said, I thought they would be going back to my profile more, but these people are actually just highlighting my name and posting me in Google, and they're finding all my stuff. So it's really neat. I didn't even think about that happening. And then we drive people into our community, because I'm sure if you've been hanging out with Michelle at any capacity, you've heard how powerful and how meaningful having a community is. It's, in my opinion, probably one of the most important things going forward that you can do to matter as we go forward in this new world. So we're going to capture attention, we're going to spark curiosity, and we're going to lead people to the places that they need to go to discover who we are, so that we can get genuine, authentic traffic. You could get just views on let's say social media, and then you could get views from what we're about to do. And the difference is like 10x more powerful because of the way you're showing up. So let's go into step 1, attention. So the first thing we want to do is we want to find hot pockets where people are already hanging out. So I'm going to be showing you some different stuff here. Here's the actual community. I have no affiliation with these people whatsoever, but I just looked up. They're number 12 in hobbies on the school, the school website, if you're familiar with that. If you're not, it's just a bunch of communities, free and paid communities where people are helping other people in all sorts of realms of everything. And it's just amazing. I'm sure you're familiar with it. But this is a houseplant enthusiast. And as you can see here, there's 11.8 thousand members in here of people that are starting out or expert, and their mission is to create houseplant awesomeness inside of their community. So what we want to do is, I put down here this link. It's VidIQ, and that's an affiliate link. So if you use that link, or if you go to that, you're going to give me some credit. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that up front. You do not have to use this. You could just go to vidIQ.com. When we go there, what vidIQ does, you can get it for free. And when you download it for free and you have a YouTube, it shows up on your YouTube and it gives you some very, very interesting information that you can use to save time and go very fast with this. What we're going to do, and I'll go out here and do this with you, but I want to just show you some of this stuff like this so we don't get all distracted over there. But when you go to YouTube, okay, you're going to basically type in, I went up here and I just was as simple as this. Okay, I went in and I typed in houseplants, and we're going to go do that here in just a second. But I just typed in the simplest thing that you could think of, and that was houseplants. That was the name of this community, so I was like, houseplants. And then what I did is I came in here, and there's this, you can see vidIQ is showing up here on my YouTube. And again, I'm going to go show you how this works, but I want to sort the videos by view count, 4 to 20 minutes. I want to make sure it's on videos, and I wanted to make sure it's this year. And what this is going to do is it's actually going to bring all the videos up that are pretty much high ranking, and the videos that anybody interested in houseplants would be going and watching if they just typed in that simple term. So when you do that, or when I did that, it brought up this here, and it starts to show you these little metrics on the side. And we're going to go again and look at this. But it brought up these videos. So this 3 months ago was posted, and I did all this stuff yesterday. So, it's pretty relevant here. But this video here, how to revive any dying plant with a simple trick, works every time. This little VPH stands for views per hour. So this video that was posted 3 months ago, as of yesterday, is getting 133 views per hour. And I would assume it would be from people that are interested in houseplants, right? So this is neat, right? Like, so, if, again, we're going to pretend this whole time that we have a community that teaches houseplants and how to do all that stuff, right? So let's just imagine that. And this video right here, what this means here, this little red bubble, is it means that of all the videos on this channel, on this here All About Plants YouTube channel that has 99,000 subscribers, or 99,000 of the people that would be perfect if you had a houseplant community or an offer, it does 100 times better than all the other videos on that channel. So it instantly just shows us where the hot pocket is, right? We instantly know that this video here, if we could be valuable and show up in the comments properly here, that we could get some attention back our way to our houseplant thing. And you can see there's another one here, 54 views per hour. This one's getting 270 views per hour. Okay, so it really helps you find this stuff very, very quickly. And so I want to go over and I want to show you this in real time here, what this actually looks like, okay? If we go to YouTube here and we type in houseplants, then we're going to go over here to the filters. And you can see when you have vidIQ hooked up to your YouTube, it gives you all kind of neat information. Top related keywords that you could click and talk on. So you could, again, when you're finding these hot pockets, you're finding essentially videos that your perfect customer would be watching, okay? And you're going to go be valuable there. And again, we're doing this 15 to 30 minutes a day. And if you do it the way I'm going to show you, you will always have the most valuable comment, okay? You will always have the most valuable comment. And if you have the most valuable comment, as you'll see in these examples I'm showing you, you will have people liking and hearting and commenting and responding and engaging. And the more engagement and the more likes that you get, the more your comment gets pushed to the top and the more your little face shows up on videos that get millions of views. So just think about that. Your little face there, and we're going to optimize your face and we're going to optimize your stuff so that when they see your little face and they see your valuable comment that's getting basically, rated the best because it's going to move on up the way we do it, you automatically start getting lots of attention. And it stays there for a long, long time. It's really hard to beat out a good comment. This thing will show you, we typed in houseplants, and it's showing me 80 other things that we could type into YouTube here, and to find even more videos, okay? So when you come here to YouTube, I typed in houseplants, okay? And if you want to find more words that you could do, you can just type in houseplants and hit the space bar up here in the chat, and it'll give you all of these things here, which are things that people also type in. And you can just put the letter A behind it, okay? And it would show you houseplants aquarium, houseplants this, houseplants that, houseplant, okay? So again, finding videos, finding hot areas where people are, looking for stuff. We go to the filters, and then we go to view count. We go to 4 to 20 minutes, and we go to video, and we go to this year, okay? And once again, this video popped up. It's getting 132 views an hour, and it says that this is outperforming the channel's average video by 100. So this is important. So here's what we do. When we get there, we click on it. I just click pause, and then I come down here and look at this. 599 comments. Now, these 599 comments, these are your ideal customer if this is what you're doing, okay? These are people interested in this. When you start doing this, what's going to happen is you're going to get really, really smart about your audience. You're going to learn things about them that are the things you need to know about them so that you know how to talk to them when you do go create content, when you create emails, when you create even products and different things inside of your community. When you go here, what you'll notice is vidIQ puts this little thing right here. This isn't normally here on YouTube unless you have vidIQ, which again is free. All right. You can pay for it. It's very inexpensive. But when you come in here, you can also see these other little things up here, like these little tags. These are other things that you could search up here in the search box to find more hot pockets, okay? So once we get in here, here's what's neat. If we go, this here is 3 months old, and watch this. If I go sort by newest first, 17 hours ago. So this video was posted 90 days ago, okay, 3 months ago. And yet 17 hours ago, people are still commenting. 21 hours ago, 1 day ago. Can this method be used to revise small mango plant? Look who replied to this. Because I used it as an example here because it was a perfect thing for it. So I don't know a lot about mangoes, but ChatGPT does. But that's not the point. I'm going to get into this, okay? Let me show you. So you come in here and vidIQ gives you this little thingy right here. That's what we're going to call it. You hit this and you go to the bottom and you click Apply Multiple Filters. And when you click that, you can click Doesn't Have a Reply Yet and Contains Questions. So remember in the beginning of this, I said that you actually make money when you solve problems, right? That's the trick. That's the secret to making money, is solving problems. And if you do it consistently, you get lots of money and lots of attention and lots of stuff that you want. If this is a video that is about how to do anything within our niche, if you go in there and you become the answer to your customers' problems, what do you think is going to happen, especially over time? You're going to become somebody they want to go talk to and be with and see. So that's the value here of what's happening. And this is so powerful if you can get yourself to get focused on this. But when I do this, if I go apply multiple filters, you want to find ones that have not been replied to yet, and you want to find ones that contain questions. And as you continue to do this, you're going to find your own little method of how you're going to do it. But you're going to see that there are none left because I already went and commented on them. But I'll do this for another video just to make my point. But that's what you want to do, okay? And I went in and I commented on them because I was making this training for you, and I just wanted to show you how this can work. But if I do just contains questions, you can see how out of these 599 comments, it will go in there and sort out all the ones that have questions. People go watch this video. They're coming to the video to learn how to revive the plant. And after they watch the video, they still have a question. Well, this is where you can come in and you can add your comment. You can add your value. Now, imagine you're doing this in your niche where you actually know a lot about it. And if you don't, we have AI to help us with this, but we do it authentically. That's kind of the process I want you to just remember at this moment. But you can see, instead of going through 599 comments trying to find where you can comment and not just commenting to comment, you can come in here and you can use vidIQ to quickly, very quickly, find questions and ones that have not been replied to. I found these two. These were the first two that showed up 3 days ago, by the way, and 4 days ago. Okay, and they had actually good questions. Imagine, again, we're in this niche. I hit reply, and she goes, can this method be used to revive a small mango plant? And I put, mango plants can be drama queens when they crash, but there's still hope, okay? I'll make sense of this here in a minute. But I came in and I put a very valuable comment here. And each one of these lines is designed to actually create engagement. It'll actually help you get a lot of action, and it's actually valuable. That's what's really crazy. And here's what YouTube said. They said, if you can reply to a comment in a comment thread like this, and it's relatable to the keywords and it's relatable to the actual video itself, you get even more authority as a commenter. So how do we do this? Well, I'm going to go back to our slides here because in the next step, we study these top comments. Okay, so as you've seen, we went in and we were kind of doing that. And I talked about how we set up does not have replies and contains questions. And then what we can see is what people actually do with top comments. So if somebody sees your comment, they're definitely going to check you out. This is just a natural reaction a lot of them have, is they just click on your picture. And this is that same video that we were just looking at. And this was the top comment. The reason why is it was a really smart thing, by the way. So if you're a houseplant person, this is going to be cool. And maybe you know this already. But 2 months ago, he made a comment and it got 49 likes and 6 replies. And on this video that gets 1.1 million views over the last 90 days and is getting 133 views per hour, they see Mr. Joe's face at the top every single time they come and look at this, because if you're just watching the video in general, you just see Joe's face right there. And it is literally pinned. It's not pinned, but the pinned comment, which is the lady who made the video, he just shows up right underneath her. And you can see he's gotten 49 likes, which probably many of those people clicked on his little picture. And when they click on his little picture, you get to see who he is. You can subscribe to his channel and you can view his channel. You can see anything else that he's like subscribed to, which a lot of times you'll find these people will help you find other channels and other things. So there's a lot there. So anyway, what he said, he goes, when I'm potting a plant, he puts a coffee filter at the bottom so the water can still leak through, but the dirt doesn't come out the bottom. I was like, wow, that is a good comment. You know, that's smart. So everybody's like, oh my God, this was so valuable. This was so great. Thank you, Joe. And Joe now is holding the top spot in this dang video. Okay. So if you look right here, Joe is now, he's getting all of this stuff. People are like, that's such a smart tip. The coffee filter idea really helps keep things neat without blocking the drainage. Thanks. Very handy tip. Thanks. So what am I showing you here? I'm showing you that if you provide value, you get rewarded here. And if you can get your face to show up like Joe's here, look at that. This is the owner of the channel. She pinned her own comment up here. And then there's Joe. And if you click on Joe, his little picture, which is what most people do, if you click on it and people go view channel, you'll see that most people aren't optimizing because most people they don't have a business, right? But if you did and they clicked on your channel, they could see whatever they could see here. They could see your face. They could see this here. They could see a link to your school. They could see your banner, what you're about, which I'm going to show you how to optimize for. But very quickly, you'll find that people will come to your channel a lot. So let's go back here and let's take a look. So we're looking for questions, as I said, that do not have replies. And even if they do have a reply, you can still go in there and do this, but you just want to be selective on, certain comments. But if you can be the first one to comment on a video, that's really, really powerful, because obviously if you're the first comment there, everybody else that goes to comment afterwards, if you leave a really valuable comment, will go, wow, that's really good, and click like. Or they'll go, yeah, that's really good, and they'll respond. And if you do it the way I show you, they'll do both, okay? And then you'll get stuck to the top. And once somebody gets stuck up in the top like 5 or 10 comments, it's really hard to derail them there, okay? But you can still do it. And if you do it this way, you'll do very well. But we're looking for things like this, real questions in your industry. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to understand what these real questions are. And guess what that helps you do? You can start creating content around that, because these people actually have questions about these things. And if you create a video about it or content about it, you can be sure that people will be interested in that topic, and it'll help you grow your business. So we use vidIQ, we study those top comments, we see what is actually working. If you go to a video and you see some top comments that are really getting liked, just kind of pay attention to the comment. Like, how did they respond? How did they make a comment? That'll help you as well. So now we want to move into, okay, we found a hot pocket. We found a video that's getting a lot of traffic from our people. We went into, we got vidIQ attached to our YouTube now. It's very simple. You just sign up for vidIQ. It asks you what your channel is, and poof, it's on there. And then we went and we found a comment that was good. We found it didn't have any replies, and it was a good comment. It was like, it wasn't something silly or whatever. It was a genuine comment. How do I do this? Based off whatever the video was. Now, how do we actually write a magnetic comment that's going to get likes, that's going to get hearted? I mean, if you do this the way I'm showing you, even the owner of the video will be glad that you commented. And if they give you a little heart, that's like super, super awesomeness for your comment. That'll really help it stick up there. And the more hearts that you get as a commenter builds your authority profile on YouTube, so that when you just go make any old comment, it matters more than most comments. It's just a simple rating system, and it's really powerful. So you might be saying, well, yeah, that feels kind of weird. You just go find a video and you just click on it and then you pause the video and then you just go find a comment. You don't even know what the video's about. Well, normally before AI come along, you would have had to watch the dang video, right? And who the heck's got time for that when we're running a business and growing a business? Well, that's what I'm going to show you here. So you'll see this link down here. Again, Michelle's going to give you all these links, but this is a tool called Tactic. It's 1,000% free, and it transcribes YouTube videos. So what we do is we go to that video and we simply click the share button on this video. I'm going to do this with you so you can see it. But we click this share button and it'll bring up the YouTube's link to that video. We just simply copy it. Once we copy it, we get over to this YouTube generator tool. And this YouTube generator tool, when you get to it, will look just like this, okay? And you'll just paste that link right into that tool and you'll say get video transcript. Once you do that, you will then see something like this appear, okay? And I did it with that video, so you're seeing an actual use case here. So I pasted it in there, and it gave me that video's transcript, and it's time-stamped. I know everything about this video here very, very quickly because you can probably imagine where I'm going next with this. I download the transcript. It's just a short little easy text file, just a little file, and it's the transcript. What do I do with it? Well, I head over to Smarty Pants, or what I call ChatGPT, and I go to ChatGPT and I come in here and I take that transcript and I say, basically, read this video and tell me what the heck it's about. Give me all the high points about this video. And then it gives me that. We're going to go do this here in just a second. It gives me all that information. Then I say, hey, write me a YouTube reply that has a hook, a valuable insight, and a curiosity loop so that I can actually get somebody to get the answer that they want, be valuable to the actual video person, because we don't want to just go in. We want to add value to their video, not be a weirdo, okay? Not be devaluing. Go in there and we actually create a comment that is related to the video because AI just read the video. I'll show you this in real time in just a second. AI read the video, so we instantly know what the video is like that. It's so quick when you see it. Then we can actually reply to that person's comment using a formula that gets their attention. That's the little hook, provides the valuable insight. It replies with a real answer to that person's question. And then it creates a curiosity loop, which is where the visibility loop thing comes in, and it gets them to engage back with the comment. So if we get engagement back on our comments, guess what that does? It raises our score. When it raises our score, we matter more. When we show up more. And we go to all these videos and we start mattering more in front of videos that are getting 100 to 1 million to 5 million to 10 million views. And your little shiny profile that we're going to show you how to build is going to be right there. And you can get loads and loads of real, authentic, valuable traffic from this. ChatGPT can help us because a lot of people don't know how to use ChatGPT. Many people don't. People think it's like saturated or what. The average person you walk up to don't even have it downloaded on their phone. Shoot, most of you might not even have it on your phone yet, okay? So this lady, 4 days ago, she goes, can someone tell me what else I could use to help my plants revive them? I can't have peroxide in my home. And I'm like, I've never heard of this, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, totally get that. You know, some honestly just can't have, I edit that. Some honestly just can't have peroxide around. The key isn't the peroxide though, it's giving roots clean oxygen. You can do that with fresh dechlorinated water or even a bit of aquarium grade oxygen booster. And then I said, do you want me to share that simple kitchen alternative that gives a similar effect? And so I can go back in here and I'll show you how to keep up on these. And you'll just get an email, hey, you got to reply to your comment. Or somebody was like, yes. And you just click on it and you finish the comment doing what I'm about to show you. Okay? But that was valuable. I didn't know that you could just do that and, get around the peroxide thing. So that's helpful. You will also notice I didn't put a link. I didn't say go to my school. I didn't say go to my website and buy my houseplant community thing. I said nothing like that. And that's the actual trick here, is to just be genuinely valuable. Okay? It's hard to find these days. But if you do that, people will go, who the heck is this person? They'll click on you. They'll view your channel. And if you set it up properly, in seconds, they'll know what you're about. They'll see your links. And if you do videos, they'll see your videos and they'll most likely, if you're being valuable, they're going to come hang out with you. Okay, they're going to come watch you. And your channel also got another view. So when your channel starts getting a bunch of attention from people in your niche, then your channel starts to get positioned in front of people in your niche. So you're actually kind of like pollinating your channel with the right actual marketplace. So when you do post something, YouTube's naturally going to show it to the people that have been going to your channel. Whether they watch a video when they go to your channel or not, it still triggers the type of people going to your channel. Let me show you here what's going on. You'll see inside of ChatGPT here, you can upload a file, and this is that transcript. I simply uploaded the file. I said, write a YouTube reply with a hook, a valuable insight, and a curiosity loop for this comment. I then entered the comment. Can someone tell me what else I could use? I can't have peroxide in my home. And then I said the reply should fit the tone and the topic of this video transcript. The transcript has been uploaded. It should sound natural, it should sound human, and it should invite a response or a click. So I want to go in here and I just want you to understand something when it comes to a comment. You want to say something real and you want to say something specific. And you want to make sure that you find the right comment. And then you just want to add one short insight, okay? You don't need to go crazy here, okay? Some of you will, I've seen, because my own members do this, and they'll put back this paragraph of a thing because ChatGPT went crazy with them. And I said, no. We got a McDonald's drive-through. We got to move here. We got to keep it. So keep it simple, keep it short and valuable, and it'll do it if you do it like this. And you always want to leave an open loop, okay? You want to get that engagement going. You're just seeding interest. You're not selling, okay? You can't go selling on this or it's going to bite you in the butt, okay? You can't do that. So again, I just want you to see this in action here. I'll show it to you. This was, so when that lady, what I'm going to show you here is after she gets that, if she does reply and she goes, yes, I do want to know the kitchen alternatives to peroxide. Because remember, I put that curiosity loop in there? Well, if she does reply to that, I can go in there and I can take her reply, or I can take what I said there with the kitchen alternatives, and that's what I did. And I would go back and I would reply with those kitchen alternatives, which it gave me. Baking soda, diluted apple cider vinegar, fresh diluted chlorinated water, coconut water, and I can copy this and paste it back as a reply. Now, let me tell you something. If somebody has a question on a video, and then you go in and provide a valuable insight and open a loop, and they say, yes, tell me, and then you go back and you put this, which is, it won't always be this, much, but these 4 different alternatives that lady could actually use, and you go back and you put that in there, you're going to get people going crazy. They'll literally be like, oh my God, this is so helpful, just like they did with that Joe guy. And here's Joe. You might, if you get more likes and responses than Joe, you'll take Joe's spot just like that. And that's the trick. That's the goal, is you want to be taking those people's spots of being the number one commenter. And I mean, how cool would that be? You're known around your niche on YouTube as somebody with valuable information, and you can obviously see where that would lead, okay? That'll start helping you quite a bit. So let me show you this real quick. We'll go in here. I want to go to a different one, houseplants, okay? I want to put this little filter on. Let me show you this here. So I'm going to go to filters. I'm going to go to view count. I'm going to go to 4 to 20 minutes. I'm going to go to video. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to pause it. And I'm going to come down here. Ooh, 1,200 comments. I like seeing that, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go. First off, what I always do, the first thing I always do is I look at the top comment. Usually they pin their own comment. That's a good strategy. If you do videos, you always pin your comment down here. This one 1 month ago, 12. This one came up here, 38. Here in Hawaii, I always just kind of look at these top comments. And you can even, to try to get the groove of things, you could always go like this, copy these top 3 or top 5. And you could ask ChatGPT, what pattern do you see here? Why are these comments always showing? Why do these types of comments show up at the top? And it'll kind of help you understand that, okay? But what I want to do is, this video came out 3 months ago. I want to sort it by newest first. 2 hours ago, 3 months ago, 2 hours ago. Love your teaching videos. The reason I show you that is, that's how powerful it is. Like a lot of platforms, the videos, once they go out there, they kind of get buried. Not on YouTube. It's kind of interesting how that works. But I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to multiple filters. I'm going to go doesn't have replies. I'm going to go contains questions. I'm going to wait for it to do its little thing. So right now it's showing 100 comments, 112, 120, 140 questions. If the plan is in a very huge pot, how can we treat it as you are doing in the video? Now, there's no way for me to really respond to this unless I know what the heck they're talking about in the video. That's why we want to grab the video link, copy it, and then we're going to go to that transcriber tool. Okay, you'll see I have little bookmarks to make this fast. See how fast this goes? Look at that. Got the transcript. Look how fast I got the transcript. Then I'm just going to click download. It puts it in my downloads. Okay. And then I'm going to go over to ChatGPT and I'm going to go like this. I'm going to just open a temporary window real quick. I'm going to upload that transcript that I just got, and I'm going to say, read this transcript of this video and summarize it. Then reply to this comment with a hook, valuable insight, and curiosity loop at the end. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to grab that person's comment. I put that comment in there. And then sometimes I'll say things like, make it sound human, real, and concise. You want it to sound human, natural, authentic, real, those types of things, okay? And you want it to be valuable, which we already put in there. Valuable insight. So I'm going to go ahead and knock that in there. The video from Wonder Garden channel, yada, yada, yada. Okay, reply, hook, curiosity loop. So you see these little things in here. If you want to look like AI, just make sure you have a bunch of these in your stuff. Just replace these with commas. But it says, that's such a great question, and I totally get it. Big pots can be tricky because you can just lift the whole plant out like in the video. In that case, you'd treat it in place. Carefully loosen the top few inches of soil, trim what roots you can reach, and pour the cinnamon solution only around the root zone. Wow, I'm going to be good at this. It's slower, but still works. Want me to share the exact step-by-step for large pots? You see how it does that? Opens up a little loop there at the end. But if they come back and they're like, yeah, I would like you to do that. All you simply do is you take that and you say, you come here to your thread and you say, what is this? Okay, reply to this, right? It's that simple, and it'll give you the reply. It'll give you the step-by-step example, and then you can put it back in there. So you take that, you come back to that comment. What I do is I come in and I like it, then I reply, and I'll paste it in there. I go in, I take these commas out, or these little they're called M dashes. I will kind of like break it up a little bit. I'll usually go like this, and then I'll go like this, okay? I try to make it look like a nice comment, something that's usable and valuable, and then I reply. It's as simple as that, and I'm done for that video. You want to do that to 10 different videos every day. If you do that, you will have 3,650 impressions of value on videos in your niche that your audience is watching, and you'll have high engagement. It'll increase traffic to your offers, to your email list, to your YouTube channel, to your other channels. You will start to get massive attention. Now, if you take and think about what that would cost, if you were to go buy ads for something like that to get this valuable of people, you're going to spend anywhere from $1 to $10 a click. So at 3,650, if it was just $1, that's $3,650 you don't have to spend. It takes a few minutes a day. But it could cost you tens of thousands of dollars, honestly, okay? And you still probably wouldn't get the amount of power and engagement that you get doing this. And I've seen this happen on LinkedIn. I've seen this happen on all sorts of platforms, and Twitter or X, whatever, all these platforms, it works like this, okay? And this is how you use ChatGPT to really kick some butt in this way. Let's go to this next thing. So here, this is important. As you business people and as you're doing this for business, step 4 is, if you want this to really work for you, is you have to optimize your profile. So as you've seen with the other comment of that one person we clicked on, you go to it and there's nothing there because they're probably not running a business. They're probably not trying to grow a brand or, get traffic. So naturally, they wouldn't have anything there. But the flow that we want is we want them to go from the comment. We want them to click on our YouTube profile. And then from there, they might go watch a video. And then I'm gonna show you how we put our stuff and our links in places so that we actually get attention. In the comments, I'm gonna make this extremely clear. In the comments, we do not want to ever put any links. We do not want to ever be spammy and just repetitive. Everything that you reply should be different, and you have ChatGPT to ensure that that happens. You should never have a copy-paste type comment on a bunch of videos. That is that's the worst thing that you could do. You don't want to link to any of your offers. It'll just destroy your authority. It'll ruin this whole process for you if you do that. And nobody likes those people anyway. You want to be authentic, you want to be valuable, you want to be really helpful, because if you are that, they're going to go, "Who is this person?" You go to a good restaurant, it's a good plate of food. What do? You go back, right? And then you keep going back. If you go and provide value like this and they click on your profile, they will see very quickly what you're about. So when they get to your profile, within 3 seconds, they need to know what you're about. Right here, it's got a clean picture of my face. You should be able to see the white of your eyes. It says my name real quick. It says, here's what I do. It has a link. They'll go looking at that. It says in my banner what I do real quick. I help you create recurring income with school, YouTube, and AI. If you do have videos on there, you want to put your link in the top sentence. It's the first sentence of your video. If you put that there, people will click on it. You also want to pin the comment of your own videos, and you also want to put a link there. If you have links in those 3 spaces right here on your channel right away, and in each of your videos, it's the first line of your video. So like, when they click on the video, they can see that link right away. And then you're the first comment, and you pin your comment on each of your videos. You will get people going over to your schools. And that's what I do. I link to our different schools that we have. People go into your communities. They get value from you. They get on workshops like this. They go back to your channel. They follow. They give you more value. They share with other people. And this is this compounding growth thing that happens inside your business. It's kind of like a funnel, if you will, or a loop. So we want to optimize our channel. Make sure you go do that, okay? The banner, when they get there, they should know within 3 seconds what the heck you're about, and they should instantly see those links. So that's step 4, is make sure you optimize your profile. Get a good profile picture. Look like somebody that you would want to talk to, right? That's about how you want to think about that. Then we want to engage the replier. So I kind of went over this, so we don't have to go into this too deep. But once you start commenting, people will start engaging. It will work if you do it this way. And when they reply, you want to simply do what I was talking about, which is go in there and reply back if they ask for more information. Use ChatGPT and go in there and give them a good reply back. Answer that question. Again, I kind of mentioned that engagement on the comment, whenever you get likes or thumbs up or replies, it just pushes you higher inside of the algorithm of YouTube's comment section, and you get more authority. The more relevant you are, the more relevant your comment is to the video, and the more it adds value to the video, the more your stuff goes up. That's why we take the transcript and stick it in ChatGPT, so that when we create a comment, it is related to the actual video's contents. If you do this correctly, the owner of the video that posted the video should say, "Thank you, person, for commenting." They should be happy. They themselves should heart and like and even reply to your comment in a happy way. They should be happy that you were there, not mad and like, what the heck is this person spamming my stuff? And then the recency and responsiveness, which is what we're going to talk about now. If you can get there quicker than everybody else, just think about what happens. Good videos all already get, tons of views, right? They're going to get tons of views, and good videos and videos in your niche that are good, people are going to go comment. That's what happens on YouTube. If you can be the first to comment there and you provide value, then everybody that comes in afterwards and sees your valuable comment, they're going to naturally like it, and you'll just get stuck to the top. So how do we do that? You want to be first. So what you can do is inside of vidIQ here, you can actually take and put 3 to 5 keywords inside of vidIQ, and you can set an alert. And as soon as a video gets posted on YouTube, you'll get a little email that says, a video in your niche just got posted on YouTube. You can go over there, you can transcribe the video, and then you can put a valuable comment up first. You can transcribe the video, and you can ask ChatGPT, "Hey, I'm the first to comment on this video, so I'm not replying to a question. Can you create a comment that is very valuable, that is helpful, maybe shares about something that isn't being mentioned in the video that could be mentioned in the video? And can you create a valuable comment that I can put on this video so that other people, when they see it, they want to respond to it, create a curiosity loop. And it'll build you a very powerful comment that you can put in there and get people to respond and to engage. And again, this is the value. This is what we want. Inside of this vidIQ in YouTube, you'll see it has this little thing up here at the top. It's just like your little stats about you that it'll put on there when you hook it up to your YouTube. And what you do is you just click on this little hamburger right here, or whatever they call it, the stack. And then you click on this thing called trend alerts. And when you click on that, it'll open up this little window. And when you open this window up, you can name your alert. It could be like, for me, I might put like school videos. Because I help people with school and stuff like that, I want to know when a video comes out about school so that I could go in there and be a commenter on it, right? And then I could enter a keyword. Maybe it's like money on school, anything that's something related to like making money on school. And then I can come down here and I can go to advanced options, and I want to keep this at 100 views per hour. So you'll see here it says choose videos that are already, because you want to get videos that have action. You don't want just any old video. You want a video that's getting action. So you want to select the lowest, which is 100 views per hour. And then I want to be notified every day. And then you can come down here and select a category, but I would just leave these things alone down here. I wouldn't worry about that. But that's what you do, and then you save your alert. Now, if you want to get a bunch of alerts for a bunch of different keywords, then you can use, you have to upgrade your program, or upgrade your vidIQ account to like $15 a month or whatever it is. It's very inexpensive, but you will be able to you'll get alerted right when a video comes out, and you can be the first to get in there and comment, and that's just going to help you so much more because of the natural reason why, because you'll be there when everybody else gets there to go do that, okay? And what else is neat about vidIQ is it'll also show you any thumbnail changes that people make to their videos, so maybe you can get some inspiration there. It'll also show you what different titles they change their video out to, so you can get some inspiration there if you do in YouTube. That's what you want to do, is set up some alerts. This is the other way that you can find your comments. You want to track your comments. So you can create a little spreadsheet on Google Sheets, and you can track. You can be like, here's the channel that I commented on, here's the video I commented on, the date, here's what my actual comment was, and then here's how many likes I got, replies, and you can leave any notes. Why is this important? Well, you're going to start realizing what kind of comments actually matter. You're going to start seeing what is actually working so that you can do more of what works and less of what doesn't. And so I want to show you some stats here. If you were to do this, daily comments, if you went in and did 10 daily comments, that'd be 3,600 comments a year. If you got a click-through rate of 3 to 5%, so 3 to 5% of the people that seen your comment, if they clicked on your profile, you'd get visitors to your YouTube channel, 1,000 to 1,500. If you got school signups, so the free account, free school communities get a 10 to 20% sign-up rate. Free communities do. That's 100 to 300 free members. If you had these are actual numbers from school, by the way, I didn't make these up. And then school, their paid school from free to paid has a 4% conversion on average. That's 4 to 12 paying members per year. If you had an average product value of 500 to 1,000, the potential annual revenue by doing this 30 minutes a day, 15 to 30 minutes a day, could be 2,000 to 12,000 a year extra organically, and that all compounds as well. There's a way to go find your comments. So you might be going and doing all these comments, and let's say that you didn't do the tracking thing and you still wanted to go see what your comments are. How do you do that? If you go to YouTube here and you click on your little head up here in the corner, you can go down to this thing that says your data on YouTube right here. If you click on that, it'll take you to this page. And it'll show you all of your data on YouTube, all the stuff that you've done. You can see that I've done 1,991 YouTube videos. I've created 21 playlists, and I have 1,021 comments. So I do this stuff. And if you click on this, it will take you in here, and it'll show you, here's the comments that I did. So you can see this is the comment on this video. I can literally click this link right here. It'll take me right to it, and I can reply. You'll also be getting notifications in your YouTube and in your emails about these comments. If somebody replies and does anything like that, you'll get an email, you'll get a notification for that. This is basically the visibility loop in action right here. People will find your comment. They will then go look at your YouTube channel that you have, and then they'll go check out your school about page because you would be linking to it from your videos and from your YouTube channel. Again, even if you're not posting videos on YouTube, you can still go optimize your profile with a banner, with a profile picture and a link, okay? So that when people do click back and look at who you are, they'll be able to see a link and go to your stuff. Okay, so that's, even if you're not a YouTuber or you're doing YouTube, that's going to happen if you do that. Here are some tools that you can use. We use vidIQ. This is how we find trending topics and comments. ChatGPT is our comment creation, research, discovery, understanding the videos. And then Google Sheets, we can track and optimize, because anything that you track, you can then make better or optimize. Things that I want you to stay away from, please, is don't spam, don't self-promote, and don't do some generic comment stuff. Use what we talked about today to create something extremely valuable, and you will get the fruit from your actions. So here's your daily routine. Find 10 videos a day, write 10 comments, and track your results. If you did that for 30 minutes a day, you will have permanent visibility out there. Every day that you don't do this, you can't go back to the previous day and do it. Okay, that's what's kind of weird about the internet. Every day that you don't post content, that's a day that you don't get to post content. You can only post so much content in your life, right? You can only put out so much marketing in your life. So every day that you miss doing it, you can't go back and do that. That is your homework for today. Is I want you to go pick 10 videos in your niche. I want you to leave 10 strategic comments today, optimize your profile, and then track that for the next 30 days.